All right. So we should. Let me see. Oh God, yes. Okay, yeah, I forgot. Yes, Carly Hall and Jack Kenna. We are live with Paranormal Q&A for everybody here on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and actually tonight I am Jack Mehoff, and it's Corona Hall. So tonight our guest tonight is going to be the infamous, and you have her to blame for me being where I am in the paranormal today, Ellen Stripper Pole MacNeil. She's going to be our special guest tonight. We'll be bringing her on in just a couple minutes as soon as we get a few people in. I see Dana Gleason's in. Hi, Dana. It's always good to see you.
Hi, Dana.
And John Northcote and
Anacito.
Yep, Anna's there. Everybody's starting to roll in. Aaron, we see you there. Yeah, lots going on. Pamela Phillips, how you doing?
Checking Corona.
Well, yeah, there's a whole thing behind Corona Hall tonight.
Yeah.
It's not really something to joke about, but Carly is actually going to be tested tomorrow.
Yeah, I have to go get swabbed or blood taken tomorrow. So send prayers my way that it's negative, please.
We're hoping it's just a cold or flu, but she has the symptoms. So, which is why it's a good thing we've canceled a lot of stuff ourselves, and we also, I just had to cancel some client things. It's just the right thing to do right now, regardless, even if it is just a cold. You don't want to be out there because you're more susceptible to getting the coronavirus if you are out there with a regular flu bug or cold. Yeah. So it's actually something we'll find out better tomorrow what's going on. Even I am now working from home for my full-time job. Melody. Hi, Melody. Melody's actually going to be on here what did we say, Melody? 13 March? You tell me, Melody. I forgot what you told me. I have it, but I forget what you told me you wanted, what date. So you can throw that out there too, Melody, if you want. I see John's on, Barry Martz. Pamela's okay. Pamela's Teresa Fowler's there. Bobby Carter, Bob Maloney. Hello, Bob. Yeah. So many of our friends do not come and visit us right now. It's not a good.
No, please.
So we just don't know at this point, but we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. Hopefully, it's a clean bill of health and it's just a bug.
Yeah.
But until further notice, we'll keep you updated on that. I see Jill Decker's here.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Jill. Yes, from Beyond Radio, Paranormal and Beyond Radio in Vermont. I know Jill. Yes. Candace is there. You got to see me jump off a little bit early because me and my good friend Candace, or our good friend Candace Weston, Guthrie Weston, excuse me now, are doing another radio show at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to have to jump off a few minutes early. But Carly and Ellen will be here. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to this wonderful woman. And again, you have her to blame for me talking to you here tonight. I wouldn't be where I am in the paranormal if it wasn't for Ellen MacNeil and her daughter Sarah and her wife Beck and many other friends who've been in and out of that team along the way. I would not be here if they hadn't found me along the street, felt bad for the lost puppy, and taken it in. That's the story we're sticking with. And they made me part of Spirits of New England, and it's so it all started, Spirits of New England. And I'll let Ellen tell you a little bit about that. So here comes Ellen. And 1, 2, 1. There she is, Ellen MacNeil. Hello, Ellen. I muted her. Hang on, I forgot to unmute her. That's my fault. Sorry. Okay, now you're unmuted. Speak all you want. You can yell at me for that.
It's much better when I'm muted. Trust me.
So I want to introduce you to my sister from another mother, Ellen MacNeil. We are family and yeah, she could be my mother, I suppose. I don't know. No, that's not true. She's not old enough to be my mother. She's Stripper Pole MacNeil. She froze up too, I see. Oh, her camera froze.
Oh, Ellen, come back.
We got to take her down. It's a nice smile. Look at that. It's nice.
I know.
Her camera froze. Her streaming is there. She comes. She come back again.
There I am.
You froze for a while there, kid. Let's do it again.
She has a very nice frozen camera face.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you keep freezing up on that end, Ellen, but keep trying to talk. Actually, what we might do, Ellen, because since you're freezing up, I'm going to take you off. I want you to relink back in, okay? We're going to try that. So, unlink. I'm going to take you out. Here, you're going. Goodbye. Goodbye. And we're going to message her back in and try to bring her back on. We shouldn't have a problem. It's just sometimes it freezes up like that. It does happen.
It's moody like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
sometimes.
Damn computer programmed stuff. Yes, and I swore.
So on the bright side, with all this quarantine stuff, everybody will have time to do their evidence review for the year.
Yeah. If you haven't done your evidence review, now's a good time to do it.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
I
totally forgot about that.
Yes, we did forget about that. Happy St. Patrick's Day. You're bringing Bellen back in 3, 2, 1. There she is. There she was. She had a video. Now she's gone. All right. Technical difficulties tonight. Must be something with Ellen. Every time we're going to have Ellen on, something happened.
She's too awesome. Her awesomeness is like interfering with the...
Breaking the thing. All right, well, let's start with a question. Hey, you guys got... Yes, I see Steve White says, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yes, Happy St. Patrick's Day out there.
Yes.
We're not sure what's going on with
Drink plenty of water.
But drink plenty of water. Even I've got my bottle of water. Carly already called on it. So
mine's over there.
And licked it earlier, so I'm just gonna...
I did not. I'm not that evil.
Yeah, yes you are. Well, if you have a question, throw it out there. And send it on the link again. I'm just going to tell her, try again. So
Teresa has a question.
And Sarah, her daughter's with her, so she'll help her figure this out. Yes. Who has a question? Oh, Teresa. I have a friend who thinks her grandmother is in her house, and she has seen shadow figures. What can she do? Well, if there's anything, is there anything bad going on, or is it just...
What is it that she wants to do?
We have Ellen back, and I see it's in motion, and she has sound, and we're bringing her back in here too.
Awesome.
As a matter of fact, maybe she can answer this question since she's losing time here. All right, we got you back, Ellen. All right, so Ellen, we got a question. Thank you for coming back, by the way. Thanks for trying. Good. All right. So Teresa Fowler, a friend of ours, has a question. She goes, I have a friend who thinks her grandmother is in her house and she has seen shadow figures. What can she do about that?
What I would do?
Yeah, what would you do? Because you've had your
I thought was in the house. So I'd be talking to see, they have unfinished. Want to stay there? Do they want to get passed on? That's kind of sad. And she thinks it's your grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, she's probably just checking in on them. That's what a grandmother does.
It's true. She says she sees shadow figures too, so it could still be the grandmother. We don't know.
Yeah.
I would say, as usual, if nothing bad is happening and it seems to be just reaching out, it's probably is your grandmother. So I would just, like you said, talk to her. Right?
Yeah, just let her know it's okay if she wants to watch over you, and as long as she's not doing bad things to you, then you're all right.
Yeah.
Did she pass away recently?
It's a good question, Teresa. So if you can answer Ellen's question, did the grandmother pass away recently, or she passed? When did she pass? How long has it been? Sometimes it doesn't matter though, because even if they passed a long time ago, and maybe there's something going on now with the family that the grandmother might want to get help with. But it's interesting. It'd be interesting to know how long ago she did pass.
Yeah.
Teresa, get back to us with that. I think that kind of covers that. Danny Lasher. Now, this is not paranormal related, or maybe it is. I don't know.
I have a
Corona
paranormal.
could be paranormal related. What's your thoughts about the Corona thing? Is there something more behind it? Well, we usually don't deal in conspiracy theories here on Paranormal Q&A, but I'll just say, I'll just say, I don't trust the Chinese government. That's all I'll say about that.
I've used it as a test of faith for protection.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, you could.
Because technically, if you have ultimate, like 100% faith in your higher being, in your higher power, they will be able to protect you from anything, including pandemics and epidemics. It's actually with God. It's actually in the Bible. Interestingly enough, today was the day I've been so good at being like, yes, no, I'm fully protected. And today was the day where I was like, wow, this is really getting ridiculous, and like being pretty negative. And then I just went on a downhill spiral today. So it definitely is a test of faith for some people, you know.
Group hug,
but opportunity.
Distance.
Yes. We could group hug from a distance. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Elbow hug.
I've been elbowing, high-fiving people all over the place. But
I'm sorry, sweetie.
It's okay. We'll get through it.
Okay.
But
right.
I think that's a good opportunity for a test of faith.
Right. Here's a good question from Candace. How evil are you, Carly Hall?
Not evil enough to
and Ed Broderick said, ooh, you read my mind.
To Danny.
To Dan, never mind. Okay. Never mind.
You would know.
You were saying that to
you would totally know how evil I am.
How evil is Carly Hall? How evil on a scale of 1 to 10 is Carly Hall?
I am.
Looks like Ellen froze up again on us too. Ellen, stop freezing him. There you go. She's back.
Hello, Lucky. Love you.
Oh, Lucky's in? Okay.
Yeah, she's not playing poker and getting filmed.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Go,
Carly, did you answer that question about how evil?
Yeah.
I'm. I'm not evil
again.
at all.
You're
I'm
good, Ellen.
evil to try and get some of the coronavirus.
Ellen, one thing you could try doing is just, if you want to go out and come back, try lowering the, have Sarah try lowering the video quality on your camera.
Oh, yeah, video quality.
She's rolling her eyes at you violently.
Hi,
well,
Sarah.
I know you don't know how to do that. I know she does, so she can blame me all she wants. I do it myself.
You know very well. I have the tech skills of a Q-tip.
I know. I know. Trust me, I know. Which is why you made me tech guy on the team. Right? That was why.
I'm just looking for this broadcast. That's simple.
Oh, don't be looking for the broadcast. Hey, here's a question for you while we're working on other things. I'll give this to Ellen. Jill Decker asks, do you feel going into an unknown investigation is it good to be overly protected? Or does what? I don't know. Or does that show that you are weak and lack strength against anything evil?
I'll kick something.
Protection here, not other type of protection. So go there, Ellen.
No, I walk into a place like the Terminator. It's like
it does.
It's like don't mess with my team. Don't mess with my family. We're here to help. If you're gonna mess with us, I'm taking you down. Very simple.
That's why I call you Mama Bear.
She goes in with a lot of strong protection. She does. She goes in with a very strong protection. It's always good to have good spiritual protection.
Respectful.
Yes, and respectful. Yes.
But it's like,
Don't
hey Ruth. We stuck again.
We're trying to stir the pot. Yeah, we're here. We can hear you. We can hear you fine.
Okay. All right. Hey Jason. No, I mean you go into a place and you have to be open-minded, but you got to be protective of everything around you because you don't know what you're dealing with. The clients can only tell you so much, and then you pick up the rest of it. And it's each case is different.
Right. I agree. I agree. And in regards to Danny last year's question, Danny, we don't do readings on this show. He's asking if his Uncle Don is with him. We don't do that type of stuff on this show. We're just strictly really working to answer questions people have about the paranormal, not in regards to personal things about like that. Is your uncle with you? I can't read you over here. We don't do that. I wish I could, but we actually, Carly, we do know somebody who can do that, right?
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
on the other show that's being broadcast tonight. And go ahead and tell them who that is, Carly.
So Christy London does the show with Mike called "Where's My Sage," and it is the second half of the show. Christy does readings for people if they ask, for instance, if your Uncle Don is with you. She would be able to answer that and give you a good, accurate reading of what she picked up.
Yeah, and they do a 2-hour show from 8 to 10, so they're still on even after 1 hour shows. And it looks like it froze up.
Your microphone is really wonky too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Could be the way. Oh, there's Alan's back. Just could be that I'm just using my regular microphone tonight, rather than plugging in the headphones.
You guys possessed tonight?
What?
What? You guys possessed
What did you
tonight?
say? Are we possessed? I might be. It's possible.
Jack,
I'm
you're
possessed
scaring me.
every night. I don't know.
That's Sarah laughing in the background.
Here's a question. I'm going to throw this one up. I'm going to actually take something down. I'm going to take our names down. I'm going to throw this question because I think that's a good question.
And we can't do any exposing.
I know, and that is a very good point, though. That is very true. Yes.
So Kenneth Workman is asking us up here. My son woke up one night about a week ago and came out running saying that there is a man above a bed yelling and cursing at him. I asked him what he looked like and he told me he was all black face, distorted. What do I do? I would say Ellen's frozen. I would say Kenneth with that. I wouldn't, if that's the only thing that's happened at this point, just talk to your son about it, talk to him about what's going on. If it happens again, or if other things are happening in your home, I would contact a paranormal team to come out and try to give you assistance. And do that, right? And that's my suggestion. Okay, I'm bringing it back because her camera's working again. She froze up for a bit. Sorry, he froze up for a bit, so I just told you off there. I'm going to, Carly, how do you take a break? I'm just going to bring that down. All right. So that's my suggestion there. If things continue or if things get worse, is that one incident and doesn't happen again, don't worry too much about it. If you have other activity there, Kenneth, as things happen, then I'd contact you. If you don't know who to reach out to, all right, you're back. I've been blessed with coronavirus.
There's a lot of respect in this team. Lots of respect. Carly, check the back of his neck for a 666, please.
Yeah, there is one back there. Shush.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah. Our friend Dan. Here's a good one from. Here's something good from Dan. I like this. I'm going to throw this up there. It's my good friend Dan. Yeah, we are all learning from this. We would be better off for the future. Yes, we are learning from this coronavirus. There's no doubt about that. We're learning how to deal with pandemics. It hasn't happened in a long time. Pandemic has not happened in a very long time. So true one. So we're all learning from this, yes, and we'll be better off in the future from it. And things will get better, people. Hang in there. Just do the best you can to stay away from other people for now.
So your mom might check in on your grandmother.
What's that?
Teresa's grandmother might be just checking in on her.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, especially if there's something
years.
going on in the house.
Yep. Oh, and she also lives on Native American land there. There you go, Nate. I know that's a thing with you with especially out where you are with the Native Americans. So all that stuff that happened out in Massachusetts and where you are and stuff out in. Oh my God, my mind just went totally blank. Deer Island and all that out there by you. There's a lot of Native American issues out by you, right? With hauntings and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, it was your first case was one of your neighbors who had a
Had the Native Americans.
yeah. Yeah. Tell us a little
On Mahoney.
about that, because I don't think many people have really heard about that. That was your very first investigation.
That was our very first case.
I wasn't even on the team.
You better be sitting there in your jammies eating popcorn. You promised. When you start off as a team and you get your first phone call that is, you're the only one I can talk to about this, and you're like, oh my God, this stuff just got real. And she told me that she saw a full-bodied apparition of an American Indian in her house. I was like, oh my God, here we go. What do I do here? So the first thing I did was get in touch with the local historian in my hometown and just casually asked him if he knew anything about American Indians in their town. And he said, oh my God, he said, there are Indians buried down in the center of town, and they used to parade them up and down the street, which just happens to be the street that she lives on. And so I was able to validate that, yeah, this did happen. And unfortunately, a lot of the bones of the Indians that were buried there are in Harvard University, which I think is very sad because they should be with the tribe that they came from. So cause of it too, but she's made peace with it. She's got a house full of spirits, and she welcomes them all because they were there first. They were on her property, and she has offered them a very loving home. And it was great to be able to comfort her to say, no, you're not crazy. The town historian has pictures of the burial ground.
That's right.
Where they are, and the fact that they were paraded up and down your street. That's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And that was a crazy house, and it also had ties to the Civil War and a piece of an artifact that they brought home from the Civil War that started a lot of activity in their house. And it was a very, very intense investigation because it was our first, and we didn't base it on anything to compare it to. It was a real eye-opener, and it was a huge learning experience for us because we got presented with stuff that we never expected, and to actually have somebody there that picked up on the spirit and could validate this artifact that they brought home, and we were able to pass this soldier on to him, and while we were sitting there, I was like, oh my God, is this really happening? Are we really doing this? Is this just power of suggestion, or is this really happening? Because as you know, I am not psychic. And I am the dead one on the team. I don't feel anything. I don't sense anything. Nothing.
As a matter of fact, let me interrupt for a second. Ellen is not psychic, and she has a shirt that says so too.
I know, Jean. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I don't know. I have it packed. Yeah.
Oh, you're breaking up on us, Ellen. See, I blew it. You froze on us, Ellen. Oh, Carly, you're muted. I don't know why you're muted. All right. You're back, Carly. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
I must have hit that by accident. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I blessed you, man.
We lost. We're gonna hide Ellen for a second. We'll bring her back after she.
Hi, Shelly. Shelly's watching.
Yeah. We did have a question earlier, and I can't find it now.
Which one was it?
I don't know. I lost it. I forget who it even was. Anyway, I'll have to move on. If we don't get to your question tonight, trust us, we will go back through all this later on over the next couple of days. And we will answer your questions back on the feed on Facebook. So if we didn't get your question tonight, or we don't get your question tonight, we will go back through this and we'll answer the ones we didn't answer. So everybody was laughing at my voice. I was reverberating. So if you let me know if it's better now that I put my headset on, let me know.
Or that I blessed you.
That you blessed me, yes. Yes, I'm not reverberating. And I think we have Ellen back, so we're bringing Ellen back on.
I got some more right here, so
Yeah.
don't worry.
There she is.
Bringing Ellen back. Yes, Ed. Yes,
Yeah.
I look sexy, not psychic. You spelled that wrong.
Exactly.
So back to the attic. When they
Right.
did the prayer to pass this poor guy on, I was like, oh my God, is this really happening?
Yeah.
And I felt a breeze go right by me. And my daughter, who's hiding in the corner over here, said, did you feel that? And I was like, yeah, I did. It was an actual whoosh that went right by me. And apparently that was, them passing over this poor guy that needed to get home. So that was our first case, and it was pretty wild. Hey, Jason.
That's so heartwarming, though.
Yeah, it is. It is, because she helped people. She helped that soldier. She helped all that other.
Yeah.
Sometimes we help spirits too.
That
happens.
That was wild.
Yeah,
it was quite the first.
Yeah, and I got to get back to Kenneth Workman, because he said he couldn't understand what I was saying. That's the guy with the kid who had the experience there. Kenneth, what I was saying was, if it was only the one experience, I would just talk to your son about it. If it's one experience, it's possible it's just a nightmare. If you're having other experiences in your house, and he's also experiencing that and other things like shadow figures, things like that, I would reach out to a local paranormal team that you can trust. And I would tell this to people too. When you're searching for a paranormal team, it's like searching for a plumber or anything else. You got to find somebody you connect with, somebody that you find you trust and is knowledgeable the way you would like them to be. So sometimes it takes more than one time to find the right team. Then again, we don't want people going out team shopping, which is they keep looking for a team until they tell them what they want to hear. Not a good idea. But if you're not sure of a team in your area, you can reach out to us and we can try to find one and recommend a good one to you. But yeah, if there's more than just that one incident with your son seeing the guy above his bed, reach out to a paranormal team, or we'll try to, if you want, we'll try to find somebody for you. We've done that for many other people. We found other teams that can help other people too. We do not do everything ourselves. We cannot travel that much. Matter of fact, we got a good friend of ours, Ellen, don't we? Matter of fact, he just him and his group just helped out a lady and her family out in they were in Texas, right? Keith Bailey, our good friend Keith Bailey, yeah, Keith is part of Spirits of New England as well, but he also has his own team. He travels all over the place. He does a lot of, he's based in Texas, so they do a lot of stuff there. But they did just help a woman and her family out there. So, we know people. Point is, we know people. We know other people too. We know many other people. We got Ted Vanson and his team out GPI. Out in the Rochester area and stuff like that. We've got others. We got people, even when we can't take cases, we got people like James Anito, and we've got Ken. Oh my God, my mind just went blank. Ken, who does Ocean State Paracon every year. Yeah, Ken DaCosta. Yeah. We've got the other team, Don and Don and his team there out closer to you too. Yeah, Don. Yeah. So we know tons of people that can help. Yeah. And if we can't do it, if we're overwhelmed, we're overloaded, we know other teams that might be able to assist you. So reach out to us. We even have friends like Candace Weston, ICU Paranormal, all the way down in Tennessee. we've got another friend, Wendy, who's down in. I believe Wendy's down in North Carolina. But anyways, got people down that way too. So we've got people we trust all over the place. So we can always find you somebody. We've got lots of friends down in Pennsylvania too. So they're all down there. We are not a one and done team. We do not do it all ourselves.
God
Right,
knows
Ellen?
we try.
Oh, sometimes we try. Yeah, sometimes we try. But we did not. We did not in the early days. We reached out to many people, didn't we?
Yeah, we drove all over the
But
place.
we also reached out to a good psychic medium, Becca, Katie and Becca Boyd. They had a team up in New Hampshire. She's a 6th generation psychic medium. Ellen froze up again, so I'm just going to take her down for a minute. I think when I talk, it starts to freeze up, so it might be using too much bandwidth or something. It's hard to say. Okay, so
It's your light, Jack. It's
my light. And Ed said he's proud of you, Carly.
Thanks, Ed.
We got a question from Ruth. Ruth Such. Have you ever want to investigate the cemetery where the blue-eyed 6 are buried? I can't say I know about the blue-eyed 6 personally.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. Ruth, send us more information on that. We haven't heard. I haven't heard about that. Ellen comes back. Here she is. Maybe she knows about them. I'm bringing Ellen back in.
Nope,
Ellen.
that's the first time I've heard of them. Hi.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So you heard that question. Yeah, the blue-eyed 6. Ruth, tell us where that is, because I've never heard of that in my life.
Are they relatives of Brad Pitt?
Maybe.
We could go check that out.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that.
Carl, I don't know what Carly's looking at. She's reading stuff. That's what she's doing.
Carly.
Oh, sorry.
Carly, look at this there.
Do you want me to read it, or do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead and read it. I don't know what you're reading, so go ahead and read it.
The blue-eyed 6 were a group of 6 men, all coincidentally blue-eyed. They were arrested and indicted on first-degree murder charges in Lebanon County, Pennsylvania in 1879.
Oh.
Charles Drews, Frank Stickler, Henry Wise, Hosea Hummel, Israel Brandt, and George Zeckman.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Well, unless they're still causing problems, I don't know if I want to talk to a bunch of people like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, we don't do a lot of stuff like that, do we, Ellen? We really focus on.
There's not a lot of groups that do as many residential cases as we do. It's one thing to go to places that have been done a million times by a million people, but when a frightened client reaches out to you and confides what's going in the house, it's the biggest compliment you can get. The fact that they trust you, invite you into their own home, and try to figure out what's going on. All you want to do is help them. And there are groups that don't want to get involved with a client, which I think is very sad. We love our clients.
We do.
And we keep in touch with them.
We do. We try to help as many people as we can. Here's I'm just going to throw up Ruth's message here. This is hi Jack and Carly. It's Rose. Greetings from Random Lake, Wisconsin. Love your show up here in the Midwest. Midwheat. Wet, whatever. I think Midwest. So yeah, thank you, Rose. We appreciate that. I know who Rose is.
Love you, Sam Baltrusis.
Sam is on. Oh, we got everybody.
Hey, Sam. How's it
Sam,
going?
what do you do? Sam, go to bed. You just finished your book. Everybody, Sam's got another book coming out, and he's working on another one about haunted. So add that to your collection.
Yeah, I'm throwing this up because this is my sister.
Hi, Shelly.
My sister. She's literally right downstairs in our house here. You should go to Pinewood Cemetery in Troy. Yes, I know Pinewoods is a very haunted location here in Troy. I have been to Mount Ida Cemetery in Troy and the Mount Ida Preservation Society, which was an old church. in Troy, and that is haunted, as well as that cemetery. So we have been to that one, but it's hard to get into cemeteries to investigate them legally anyway. They don't usually like you doing that.
So, Ellen, Ed
Hey,
asked,
Keith.
what case affected you the most?
Yeah. Ed. Okay. There's my favorite case, which of course is the U.S.'s Constitution. That you can't top that. But the one that affected me the most had to be. Had so much going on in her house, and she's right off the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, okay, even the Bridgewater Triangle.
The Bermuda Triangle. She's right off of it in the middle of the ocean.
Right off of it. Just driving by in my plane. That's where I got touched on my shoulder with a very firm but gentle hand, my ass out. You know, I just, to this day, I can't explain the fact that I had a cupped hand on my shoulder enough to make me turn around to thank whoever was behind me for not scaring the hell out of me, which they did anyway because there was nobody there.
Right.
Actually, Becca Boyd was the one that dragged me out in the hall, and she said, "What just happened to you?" And I told her, and she told me, "Oh, okay, this is my blue tongue skink who's
Oh my
coming.
God, I love that.
This is
Oh.
Which is that one now, Ellen? Repeat that again. I think she just froze up again.
No.
Anyways, Ellen and Sarah are major collectors of reptiles.
The cutest reptiles ever.
Yeah, they have a reptile pets. Do you know which one that is, Carly?
That is
You can think who it is. She's still frozen. That's why I'll put it back up.
She has so many. Oh.
She said that was a blue something. I don't know.
He has a blue-tongued skink, I think she said.
Oh, blue-tongued skink. Yes. Okay.
I want to say Lenny, but I think that's their bearded dragon.
Yeah, they have. I think that's
Oh.
They have bearded dragons. They have snakes. They have a tarantula.
They have birds. Yeah.
They have a tarantula. Yes, named Fluffy.
I stayed over there.
Sarah's
for
tarantula named
nights.
Fluffy. Yes,
And I was like so terrified that I was gonna wake up and Fluffy was gonna be laying on my stomach. I was gonna flip out.
All right, Ellen, we've been talking about you since you froze up. Which one is that, Ellen?
See, Snarf is going around.
Snarf.
This is Snarf von Huffington, who is a blue-tongued skink. And he does. He's coming around the other side. There you go.
There he is. You can see his head.
Thank you. After I retired from a hospital in Boston after 21 years, I got a job part-time at Petco. So that when I come home from work, it's like being at work, except I don't get paid. And I take in all the little.
Yeah, he was another.
And hoops on me. I please forgive me for all the. Yep. Yeah. We've got Steve. We have five, and oh my God, 5 different snakes. 5 different snakes. We got all sorts of stuff. Yeah. You're gonna come by. Let me see. There you are. All right. What do you think of Jack? Go ahead. Yep.
Oh, yep. I see the tongue. Yeah, that's what he thinks of me. Thanks a lot. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Right, so Steve, we've never investigated. Thank you for not pooping. We've never investigated Boston College. We have done Fisher College a couple of times.
Right.
Jack had some wild experiences there.
I think we have some stuff on our website.
We got told off there. We got yelled at. We were corrected there.
Yes.
Yeah. Go to our spiritsofnewengland.org.
That's spiritsofnewengland.org. Yeah, we've got some footage there from that investigation and others, including the Constitution.
Yeah, the Constitution's that's my heart. But the case where our client was being abused by her husband, and that was the place I got the hand on my shoulder, and psychic Becca Boyd dragged me outside to say, what just happened to you? And I told her, and she said, I firmly believe that whoever touched you is protecting your client, because she was murdered on this property and your client is in danger. So that was a very emotional case, because this was a nurse that got in touch with us because she saw an article on us that Brigham and Women's Hospital did on us, and she contacted us, and it was how haggard she was, and she's just like ready to sell her condo, didn't know what to do. And after we were there a couple of months later, I was walking down the hall and I hear, "Hey, Ellen, how are you?" And I'm like, "Okay, hi, how are you?" And no clue who it was. It was her. She looked like a movie star. And she said, "I cannot thank your team enough for all you did for us.
Yep.
Just getting rid of what was in the house, putting everything to rest." God, that was the place that we were doing an EVP session, and we were talking. We weren't getting much interaction, so we just decided to start, just chit-chatting. And we played that back.
Yeah.
And right in the middle of our conversation, you hear "Dead in the Swamp."
Yep.
And they're right next to the Hockomock.
Didn't we have that?
That's not my tablecloth.
Did we have that show on season 2 of 100 Case Files? Didn't we have that case on season 2 of 100 Case Files?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually watch that. You guys out there can watch that. I know you can watch if you have the Travel Channel. I know those shows are on demand right now. I don't think they're showing them. They showed them a few weeks ago, but I think you can still catch those shows on demand right now on the Travel Channel if you have that. They're not on YouTube yet, but hopefully they'll also be coming to Netflix maybe at some point too. But yeah, that was, and you can hear all the actual good evidence and stuff.
To tell you guys,
that
it took years for us to get on TV, because we didn't want to go on TV. It took 3 years to get me on TV, and Jack grabbing my face going, "Ellen, you're the founder. You're the one that gets us the investigations. You need to be on these shows." And so not everybody wants to be on TV. I did not want to be on TV.
Yeah.
I was petrified.
Well, that year too, the cases they chose really more involved you anyway. So you really didn't have a choice, because the cases that they picked to air were ones involving mostly you and me. So you didn't have a choice that year. You had to do it. You literally had to do it.
I know it.
My favorite picture of you sitting in the chair holding that flame from the fireplace. Like, it was just perfectly posed. Nonchalantly, like.
Yeah, I was sitting in front of a fireplace, and see me right now, but I talk with my hands. So I had my hand up and I was sitting in front of the fireplace. So it looked like I was holding a flame in my hand. Yeah. So Scott Watkins, thanks a lot for putting that on Facebook, because I will never live that down. And I said, "Hey, I'm hot stuff. What can I tell you?"
Yep. And hey, as we're getting close on time, I'm going to throw a couple more questions up here, because I do want to get to some of the questions. And Barry Martz, I'm going to throw his up here. Question: what are your thoughts on all these types of newer ghost boxes that are out there? There are these giant, colorful ghost boxes out there, and I wonder if they might scare the spirits away, and they are expensive. I mean, let me just say this. They're big and colorful because they want you to buy them. A ghost box, to me, well, there is some of the new ones, actually. like the newer ghost box and stuff like that, the Wonder Box. I always said, I looked at that thing, it has all these wires coming out of it and all that. I always say it's a wonder you don't get electrocuted by it. This is why I think it's called the Wonder Box. But they do have a very good amplifier, and they do you can tune in more to a specific hertz resonance, where we believe you can get better spirit communication through within the hertz range. So they are useful for that. The other stuff, the colors, the stuff that's more to attract the person buying it than anything else. What's really more important is the amplifier that it's using, the radio that's integrated with it, and what frequencies you can tune into it with to fine tune certain frequencies. That's really what you want to worry about with those. That's what makes one, to me, better than another, is the more technical part of it, and whether it's useful for trying to communicate with spirit or not. The fancy stuff, the fuzzy stuff, the frills, if you like one because it's colorful, great. If you don't, I don't think it scares spirits away. That's my thoughts on it. But
Scares my wallet
the
away.
the technical end of it is really what you want to be looking at. And I think Ellen froze up again.
Oh.
Ellen's just a freezer. She's a freezer. She's a I'm going to change her title to Frost Queen. Ellen, you froze up again, so we're just waiting for you to unfreeze. It'll kick back in a minute. Here she comes. So that's my thoughts on that. Oh, now she totally went away.
Yeah, when people ask me what. You're not. Oh, okay.
She's on now. You're back on.
Okay. All right. There you go, Snarf. People ask me what equipment I like to use, with all the gazillion and la-di-da stuff.
Right.
Just give me a recorder and give me. Like I said, I'm not psychic, so I walk in totally open-minded. And if I feel something, there's something there. Because, everybody will come up to me going, look at me, look at that. I get goosebumps all over me. The hair standing up. Did you feel that? Do you see that? And I'm like, no. So when I do, I know there's something there.
Right.
And a recorder, because you can't lie with a recorder. You play it back, and
I'm waiting for Sarah to go.
You can try to lie with a recorder. You remember you had somebody on your team one time who used to try to make up EVPs by himself.
Oh, yeah, we caught him.
I'm surprised Sarah's not in your ear going. Psst, psst.
Yeah, right. Sarah is sitting here in the corner, reluctant.
We could have Sarah on too. We could throw Sarah on there.
We could.
Let's not say we did. And did you hear? She said, "Let's not say we did."
Well, here's actually one for Sarah. We're gonna give Sarah this question because I think she may have been there. It says it's the questions to me, but I'm giving this to Sarah. I have a question for you guys. Actually, it's for all of us. Being from the state of Massachusetts, have you ever heard about the Salem Witch Caves in Framingham, Mass?
No.
Oh, I thought you guys.
No. Sam Baltrusis, we need some feedback on that.
Sam, give your feedback on that one. I thought you guys had mentioned those to me at one time. I've never been to them. No.
Framingham? No, never heard of them.
Framingham, but it's the Salem Witch Caves. He says that's Steve White. I have heard somebody else talk about them, but I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's. I'm sure they're real. And Ed Broderick says, back to the machine stuff, it's the person, not the machine that counts. That's true, Ed. But there is different devices that can be helpful to us to try to communicate with. They don't get us, they don't do the job for us, but they help us do the job. It's like any other tool, right? Any other tool. You need a hammer to drive a nail, okay? A pickaxe won't work well to drive a nail. You can probably do it, but it's not designed for that, so you got to pick out these different tools that are helpful to you to get your job done. And our job is trying to help people determine whether what they're experiencing is paranormal or not. So I'll just say that about that.
No, like I said, I have the tech skills of a Q-tip. So, Jack can hand me something and I just okay, yeah, where's the on-off switch? Let's take it from there. A recorder and your heart. your gives you the biggest results that you can have.
Right.
Trust yourself.
Right.
And no, I do not. Oh, actually, Barry Sarah has a turtle. What's his name?
Chad.
His name is Chad.
There you go. And for now, people, I personally have to jump off because I have another radio show I have to go do. I am going to leave Ellen and Carly Corona on here tonight. But you guys can talk as much longer if you want tonight or whatever. It's up to you guys. But I have to jump off. I will be monitoring you while I'm on the phone for the call. So if I see any problems, I'll be taking care of it. Don't worry. But
I'll
for
throw the
me
holy
tonight.
water at you.
All right, but
Okay.
for me tonight, goodbye, everybody. Hang out with Ellen and Corona, and you'll be good. All right. See you all again soon.
Oh, sure you do.
And
All right.
Carly, when you really are done, just yell to me from the other room, and I will hear you, and
I'll
take
throw the
care of it.
holy
But
water at you.
okay, throw the holy water away. I will be watching them. I'll be monitoring them while I'm on this other call. All right, you guys take care. Good night for me, everybody. Hang out with these two.
See, you thought, where are you?
Is it a spray bottle?
Can you see? Where is it?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I went to the hardware store and I had my minister bless this. My last bottle lasted quite a while, and now I've got a fresh one.
That's awesome. It's
Oh, Jeff, I'm out of Boston. If you sneeze at Logan Airport, you end up in Winthrop, and that's where Sarah and I live.
so true.
There you go, baby. Thank you. Oh, you didn't poop on me. Did you see my shirt?
I love that shirt. Oh my gosh. I have one. I think it was like Ohio State Paranormal on the front, and then it was like this is Bushi on the back. Those are my favorite types of shirts.
Oh, so if anybody else has any more questions, just write them up.
Yes.
What's in the holy water? It better just be water that's been blessed by my minister.
The light of God. The cleansing light of God.
The light of God. Yeah, isn't that a great shirt? Those. Thank you. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, Steek. That was one of my Christmas presents. God. So we have a lot of stuff, a lot of Paracons coming up, and I just don't know if we're going to be able to go to them or not, if they're still going to be happening this year.
I know a few have been postponed, but they're still happening. So they will happen. Just later. Not now. But
oh yeah, I know. Jason and I are big wrestling fans. Oh, hey, check it out. If anyone ever doubts that I am a wrestling fan, not a wrestling fan, here's Sheamus. And here is The Undertaker. See? They're right by me all the time. Oh, he's saying he doesn't know what to make of the empty arenas. I know. Huh? Yeah, it's sad. But I'm just very happy that Salem Con isn't happening this year. It'll be next April, 2021. So that works out perfectly because he would have had to cancel this. You know, it's just sad. I don't know what's going to happen with the other Paracons we're supposed to go to. We've got Ocean State. We've got Plymouth Con with the lovely, lovely Sam Baltrusis. And we have Ocean State with Ken DaCosta and the Rise Up team. We've got, what else is going on? The Portland with Chris Sanders and Gettysburg. Gettysburg is, if you have never been to the Gettysburg Bash, go. It's fantastic. Steve and Pamela Berry do a fantastic job with that. And we had so much fun last year. So if you've got one, if you get a chance to get to one,
yeah,
that's the one that's an epic one. That's really good.
Steve asked, do you guys ever use anything for spiritual protection?
I'm sorry, what about?
Steve asked, do you guys ever use anything for spiritual protection?
I got my holy water.
You spray a bottle of holy water.
Yeah, You can't get much better than
Yeah.
holy water, and your own faith in what you believe in, and just the determination to go into a place and know that you have the ability to help somebody. That's the biggest thing. You know,
Absolutely.
you can't. It's people, when I tell people that I'm a paranormal investigator, they, thank you, Sarah.
Just spray it with holy water.
Yes. You know, that I just keep her around for giggles. All right. When people say, why do you do that? Why do you go to these houses and travel and do all this stuff and you don't get paid? And I'm like, no, you're doing it because you want to. I would rather have a hug, and well, maybe not right now, an elbow touch, but to a client hug you and thank you for making them feel safe in their own house, that's payment to me.
Oh yes.
You know, I mean, we all work full-time jobs, me part-time right now, but my paycheck from Petco goes towards the Paracon and buying equipment. You know, we do this because we love it and because we want to help.
Exactly.
What is my favorite topic to specifically write about? Stones, but that's for another podcast.
Rolling
We'll get
Stone.
into that.
Hold on 1 second. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh my God! Mick Jagger is running by me. Oh my God! Oh, Mick!
Big. Oh no.
Yes, I love my toys.
Big.
Ugh.
Will you and Jack and Carly ever team up together again for an upcoming investigation? And Sarah and Steek better be there too.
Oh yes, yes. She said she rejects all of us.
Oh well, for now I understand. Yes.
We got a client form that, you know, I was reading and I said, wow, this looks pretty interesting. And, you know, I was reading it and at the bottom of the form, it said, there was so much activity in the house that it knocked my bong over. Hey, that one went in the, jeez, I'm so sorry you had somebody knocked your bong over. Yeah. Somehow I just don't think we'll come out and do that. Oh, look, it's a full body apparition. I don't know. Oh, you can't see all the ghost stuff I've got in here. Can you see my friends?
Ghost stuff.
See, I got ghost stuff everywhere. This is my little room. You do. Oh, wow, Bob. I'm so sorry to hear that. I don't know, maybe God didn't want you to remember anything so you could focus on coming back to everybody. You know,
Or maybe your subconscious already knows what it is and you just you're not consciously aware of it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy though. That's awesome that you survived that.
Yeah.
You know, good on you. You know. But
God, that's okay now. Still, yeah.
I hope you're feeling better and that it didn't have any lasting results to it. But
uh-oh, I'm frozen again.
uh-oh.
Not the prettiest picture of me.
You look great. There you go.
No.
So I have a little ghost of you that I hung up on my window at my old apartment, and that was the last thing I took down in my apartment.
Yeah.
It stayed up there until the very last second, and I almost left it behind.
This.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if you can. All right, I'm going to attempt something that I will probably regret terribly. I don't know if you can see all my ghosts, all my doodads.
That's awesome.
All my wrestling people. Hey, Gene Cotter, if if you're watching this, I can't get the pic. I've got your picture up on the wall. I got the Rolling Stones, but can never have enough ghosty things. That keeps
That's
me
awesome.
inspired. Yep. Oh, my guy's here. And a giant tarantula. Named Fluffy on top of my bookcase. Yeah, this is where all the opens. Yeah.
Oh, scooch over a little bit.
Where am I? There I
There
am.
you go.
Oh,
And yes, Steve,
scoot over.
uh,
You can tell this is my first
we
podcast.
do have an awesome guest on tonight. Absolutely.
Oh,
Yes,
me? Oh, thank you. I love you.
Is Jack?
I'll send you a check.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
He's
know.
messing with something in the background. I don't know why.
Oh, I've seen Led Zeppelin many times. I'm very old. Not as old, but getting there. Question for Ellen. Oh, okay.
I remember that.
Yes, that was it. If you guys have a chance to go to the Palmyra, New York, and all the shops and the museum they had there. All right, the Barry. That's why your name. It just seemed like your name stuck in my head. That was a fantastic store. That was by the store. You mean grocery store that was downstairs?
I believe
Steve,
so.
I'm
Yeah.
ancient. Yeah. Cut me in half and you can count the rings. It's terrible. That was. Carly.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, that was. I
There we
would
go.
love to go back. It was so interesting because it was almost like walking onto a movie set that you were just the the general store that they have there. They just walked out, locked the door, so everything there that is original.
Halted in time.
That was amazing. Yeah, and then going upstairs and the big, oh my God, those rooms upstairs. It really was like time warp. I would love to go back there again.
Don't eat any of the food.
Oh, Keith, you can't see us?
Oh, Keith, try turning it
Oh,
off and turn it back on again. Maybe it'll load. We've been having technical difficulties tonight, so.
Other than family members, have you ever had, wait a minute, where are you? Had a spirit friend that you went back and talked to more than once? Well, I talk to my brother all the time, but that's a story for another program. I talked to him, and he has gone out of his way to let me know he's still around. Any dreams, God just hit you back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for Bob.
Yeah, it was like a movie set from the 1800s. You just expected the original people to come walking back like they had just gone out for lunch or something.
Absolutely.
The whole place was amazing.
And it has like very rich history. That whole town is just every single, like even the place that we stayed at,
It's,
her house was like out of like a Better Homes and Gardens magazine. Do you remember that?
yeah,
Oh,
that was
that's awesome.
oh my God. Yeah. And that bed
With the
with all the
I had
oh
to
my
have
God.
stairs to get
Everything.
up to the bed.
Oh, I know it is. This is like you needed scaffolding. It was so tall.
And
Oh
they
my
had
God.
the cat village up on the top, like around her.
Yeah.
Her.
That Jack has, and I also have.
It's very, very cool. My
And
great
I also has it. Wow. Man. So Carly, what do you and Jack Do you have anything else coming up, or has everything been canceled,
Everything's kind of like at a
postponed?
standstill. I'm even going back to school, and that's at a standstill. So,
Wow. Okay.
so we'll wait and see. I would say the next thing that hasn't been postponed would have to be the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash that I've seen that hasn't actually been like talked about being postponed. I would say, I don't know. There's been a lot going on and a lot of things being rescheduled. So, taking it one month at a time, you know.
I know the Palmyra is just you just expect to see horse-drawn carriages and women with long
There's a
dresses
wonderful
on. It was amazing.
Yeah, there's a wonderful like loom museum, is that what they call it? Where all the like rugs and like the blankets and the quilts that were like loomed together were in display, and it's like as they are, like they were made a long, long time ago. They are absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, like the artwork, the styles.
It was amazing, the different types of looms. The whole place was crazy. I just loved it. Just loved it.
It was great.
And the people that run it are just doll babies.
I saw one of them.
So proud of them.
Yes, I saw one of them at, I forgot her name. Oh gosh, she's the sweetest lady. She has red hair. She was at Ted Vanson's event. She is awesome, and she definitely knows her history. Like, they take it to heart there.
Oh yeah, they're going to preserve it no matter what.
Absolutely.
No matter what.
Happy birthday, Paula.
Oh, Naomi, Jack shaved his goatee, so when that happens, you get me.
He went up a couple octaves.
See, you could just see a little bit.
Yes.
Hope you feel better, Steve. Yeah. God. So any members of paranormal teams on here, or are you just paranormal enthusiasts? You love your ghosts?
Do you love your ghosts? Do you love your booze?
Do you love your ghosts? Yeah. Now I have a couple of interviews that from college kids. We can't do them because they've either gotten kicked out of their dorms or the school's closed. So we're trying to, trying to get together and do stuff, but it's tough.
It is.
And my daughter's out of college for another 2 weeks.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You don't know. You don't even know.
It'll probably be online for her pretty soon.
Yeah, it isn't yet. I mean, they did stuff yesterday. I guess they're, trying to get everything together.
Yeah.
But there's some scary stuff.
Yeah. I've still been working as of today. Tomorrow I have off, but because of this. But I have still been working. We haven't shut down yet. But that's the perks of the medical field, though. So we get to take care of. And you know that, Ellen. You know that. You used to work in a hospital. So, and Sarah definitely knows that. You don't get quarantined or breaks very easily. So thank God. I love taking care of people and I love helping people. So I'm not complaining at all. But it's different driving to work and having no one on the roads.
No, I like that. I'm home like 20 minutes earlier now. But,
yes.
I don't know. It's scary. It's scary, and I hate to. I'm hoping that we don't get a big case, because right now I don't think anybody should be going anywhere.
Exactly.
Unless people are really desperate for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's dangerous for us too. You know, can
Absolutely.
only do so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. Does anybody have any more questions? Oh, maybe
Okay.
they're typing.
We've lulled them into a coma. Lull.
No. So,
Well, all right. Well, thank you everybody that joined us tonight. This was fun. As you can tell, it's the first time I've done this, and I'm very glad I didn't have to wear headphones. And I had Sarah up here with me, so I didn't strangle myself with the microphone cord.
she's all techie. She's awesome.
Oh, God. All right. Well, everybody, take care. Be careful. Protect yourself, and spend time with your family and enjoy it. And Carly, I will be talking to you tomorrow to see how you're doing. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So good night, everybody. Thank you so much. You know. Okay. Take care.
Bye.
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 Do we fade away?
Yeah.
What do we do?
You can exit out. I'm gonna go let Jack know that we're
Okay.
finishing. All right, guys. I'm gonna go let Jack know that we're done. Have a great night. It was awesome talking to you guys, and make sure to stay safe. Wash your hands. Drink plenty of water, and just be happy. Look to the positive side of things. If you are if when in quarantine, try to stay to the positive side of things so that you can make it the most enjoyable as you can. So I'll be praying for you all for healing, and we'll see you next week. When next Tuesday we'll be on for the live video. So have a good night, guys.